Hey, I'm here today to talk about Greenlight. It's a financial services company that is targeting parents and children to be able to better manage their children's spending, allows really the kids to have an interactive experience with their spending money, their savings, even investments. I'd heard about this card through online advertising, and I thought, well, maybe I'd give it a shot with my 3 children at home. Let me give you a little bit of a demo of how it works. And the entire interaction is all done through a Greenlight app on your phone. Once you're in the app, they give you what they call the parent's wallet. The parent's wallet is where you upload all your money to. So you would add money. So for instance, I could add $50 from my credit union account over to the parent's wallet. Once it's in the parent's wallet, you can now shift that money from your wallet to any of your 3 children. So you can see in the app here, I have my picture of my 3 kids at the top. And let's say that, for example, I wanted to send my daughter some additional spending money. I would simply click on spending and I would add to spend anywhere. I would click on move money in, and then I choose my dollar amount and say move money. So that $10 was, in this demo, was just a gift to her at this point. But you can also set limits. So any ATM, gas station, grocery store, restaurants, online gaming, even specific stores, you can add spending controls to make sure the money is being used with the intention. I don't really have issues with that with my children. We're not really doing online gaming that much to really warrant spending money like that. So I just add it to their spend anywhere account. Now, once in spending on their app, they can move money between savings and spending, even investing. So for Caitlin, she does have a savings goal. She has something that she really wants, which is evidently a $4,000 saddle for her horse. She's going to be saving a while for that, but you got to have, she named it Dream Saddle. So maybe she is realistic, but she can move money from her spending into her savings to save for that. Right now, savings does not get paid any interest. The parents can pay interest to their kids for saving. There is a Greenlight level at which you can get interest, and I'll talk about that in a minute. There's also an investing side. So obviously for me, this is something that's important. For Caitlin, we moved $300 into her Vanguard S&P 500 ETF. It's purchased, no transaction fee, and now that money is there growing. She's already made 3.5% on that investment. You can also set up an allowance, so you could have money regularly deposited to the account if you wanted to. So let's say your child got a $25 a week allowance or a $50 a week allowance, you can have that automatically move into their account where you don't even have to really think about it. Some families don't do allowances, they do chores or certain chores. So you can also assign chores inside the app. You could do a one-time chore or even weekly chores. So if I wanted to assign a weekly chore and it was clean your bedroom, and I can say every Saturday morning I want you to do that. I can add a description if I needed to, and then I would save the chore, and simply when she goes in on her side, she would see her chore list. As she does that, you can assign values. So once the chore is done, it's not going to automatically move the money over. It's going to alert you in your app that the child has done the chore, and would you like to move the $10 or $15 over for that chore. You can also have set up to where you can get a charity account, so you can move money over for a charity and be able to move money out of that account to the charity. So other things you can see in the app is also transaction history. I will say that we had some issues with her card on some of the gaming sites. Roblox, I believe, would not take her card because it was considered not appropriate spending for her, and that's just like a default thing in the system. You can't really come over that. If they don't have enough money in their spending account, then they'll get declined just like any other card would. but there's no fees on this side for that happening. You can also manage the card. So for some reason, if you lose the card, which I would expect to happen, you can just simply turn the card off to where it can't be used. The maximum spending on a card is $1,000 per day. And the max upload, so the parent account, the max you can upload is $500 per day. This is actually an issue that I had when I was setting up the accounts, because the kids were gifted $300 each. And the $300 I wanted to go toward their investment account. Well, the problem is I can only upload $500 per day. And then when you upload the maximum, for some reason with my credit union, there was like a 2 or 3 day gap. So the kids' cards wouldn't process. They wouldn't be used at all, or couldn't be used. They were declined because I had uploaded the max 500 and it was waiting for it to clear my bank. And so that was very, very frustrating, especially in my son's account, because he had considerably more money than my other two that I needed to move over from his old bank account. So it took me about a month to actually set up the account. I ended up having to move in $200 per day, and then there were several days where I forgot to do it, and then it carried over to a weekend, which the banking systems don't work on Saturday and Sunday. So it wouldn't, if I did a move on Saturday, it wouldn't clear until Monday, or in my case, almost Wednesday. So that was a very frustrating process to set that up. They ended up getting different prices on all their investments, where there was one specific day where I really wanted to get that money to work. I tried to wire money to the account, and they don't allow that. For older kids who have jobs, you can set up direct deposit into the account, so you don't have to have a separate checking account for like W-2 pay. They're working at the burger joint or whatever they're doing. So that part's nice, but that doesn't really affect my children right now. I did have good success with tech support the second time. The first time I had talked to a person who just didn't seem to know their systems very well. And the next time I called, I actually got someone here in Atlanta. So overall, I'd say that I am pleased with the service, because it allows my kids to actually see their money, where they can't get that at our credit union right now. You have to be 16 to even have a debit card. So it allows them to see the money in the account. They know how much money they have. The card even syncs up with Apple Pay on their iPhones. So even if they left their card at home, you're at the cash register and they really want to buy something with their money, that's the key here, they can simply Apple Pay using the Greenlight Debit Card. I think for as an investor in the company, which I'm not, I think that I would be a little concerned about any bank that sees this as market share could possibly just start up overnight. But from a user standpoint, so far it's worked well. I will add that there are 3 levels. If you just want to use the debit card function and the savings account and the payment account or the spending account, it's going to cost $4.99 per child per month. If you want to add the investment account, that increases to $7.98 per month. So you'd get the spending, saving, and the investment account function. The Greenlight Max is $9.98 a month per child, and they actually pay you 2% for savings, which is really good for the child, depending on how much money you have in there, and then 1% cash back every time they use the card. So it is possible to crawl back some of those fees, although it technically goes to your child, not to you. So for essentially $30 a month, I can allow my children to be earning interest just like a real bank, actually better than a real bank, be able to see all their spending, all their chores assigned in order to earn that money, and then be able to watch their spending history. So if you want, every time a card is swiped or inserted into a chip reader, you're getting an alert on your phone about where that child is spending money, so you have an idea of what's happening. I've looked at several other systems. Chase has a program, but no one really touches this level of detail that Greenlight is able to offer. I just think for certain families that setting up and getting the money in the right place is going to be extremely frustrating. So you just have to have a lot of patience when you get started, because it was not a pleasant experience for me. But now that it's there, it's a very simple system to use. Hope this benefits you. In full disclosure, we get no kickbacks if you sign up for this program like some websites are doing. We simply are just educating you about the program. Have a great day.